All right, countdown is on, music playing. We are live, but not officially kicking things off here just yet. We're going to let some of our great fans, friends, and family follow them across social media at facebook.com/Edgewater Race. Let them join us here in the comments. And we have got a lot to talk about. Again, just a few, under a minute away from officially kicking the show off here this afternoon. Again, lots to cover. We're going to break it all down for you as Mother Nature throwing another swerve at us as we were preparing for a big event. But hey, we're not going to let it stop us. Can't be stopped, won't be stopped there at Edgewater. And we're letting that chat room, hopefully get some people joining us. Leave us a comment. You got questions. I know Rob's phone's been blowing up there. Hopefully we'll be able to answer a lot of that here in our conversation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us back here again. It is Tuesday, April 25th. I'm Ric Vicker, as always, joined by Rob Wiley, the dynamic duo, back again for another episode of the Edgewater Race Report. Rob, I know we were really excited, hoping to bring a really impactful show this week as we were gearing up for one of the marquee major events in a long list that you're bringing to Edgewater this year. But unfortunately, breaking news this morning, and I know this was a tough call for you, brother, but had to officially postpone Nitro Chaos and all the other spectacles that we had scheduled for this weekend.
Yeah. It's been a crazy few weeks here with weather, as everybody knows. Unfortunately, it's been raining a bunch on the weekends. It did a lot last year and half of the season before that. So we're moving Nitro Chaos to next week. And I know at least we're going to get 5-6 degrees warmer. And hopefully we have some sunshine, because this weekend, even if it doesn't rain, it looks like it's going to be cloudy and on the cold side. And the fuel cars really just don't like to run when it's 50s and low 60s. They like to be high 60s, 70s. At least to run, and I think fans would like that a lot better. We want to put on a great show. It's the biggest thing we've ever done. It's a show like no other. We're going to have at least 20-plus fuel cars show up, 16-car field. Megan Meyer, we spent all day. God, what is today? Tuesday. We spent all day Monday making phone calls, talking to people, and I've been on the phone since 7:22 this morning, talking to people just the stuff like just arranging, people are coming with food trucks and organizing all those changes and everything that we're doing, more portlets and all that kind of stuff. It all has to be coordinated and taken care of. So been working on that. And
well Rob, real quick, I think it's interesting because, we have regularly talked here when, we have a big event we're looking forward to, and how tough that is for you, because you more so than anyone else. I mean, you want to let the racers get out there. You want to welcome in spectators, the new fans, and put the eyes on all that excitement. But especially with this one, as you'd mentioned, the biggest event that you've done at Edgewater. Can you you let us in there a little bit? I mean, this isn't just hey, we're just not going to open, or hey, we're just going to close these. There's a lot you got to do to try to make sure you can pull this off a week later. And I'm sure, I got kind of looking at you here, brother. I mean, you seem like you could tell the stress.
Everybody you've talked to, we're trying to get all these people to come in and help pour beer and park cars and all, and help getting the insurance waiver signatures, putting on wristbands and everything. We go and meeting with all the people that are going to be working in a different. We're going to have extra gates open, different areas that people come in to get cars off the street, and the stuff you have to, coordinate with the township and the police department and the fire department and everything else that goes along with that. I want this to be a great show for the people, for the racers, and show everybody that we can do something like this. And I'm really looking forward to it. We've done a lot of preparation for it. So hopefully everything goes very smoothly. We get some good weather next weekend, and it's a blast.
Yeah, I think, you got to look at it that way. It's disappointing, but you can't be deterred. This could be a blessing in disguise, if you will. It gives you a little extra time for preparation. Hopefully we get, better weather as we turn the calendar into May. It's that even if the rain would move out, it's still going to be cold. We're still dealing with those winds. So hopefully we get that good weather going into May. And I think ultimately it gives, our team, all the racers, the fans that could be joining us here, it gives us another week to spread the word about this thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's, it's one thing at 62 degrees with sunshine. Like, it was supposed to be 59 Saturday. We got to 57, but that sunshine, it felt great, guys. Rocking people running around in T-shirts and everything else. That sun makes a big difference. If you're not going to have that, it really it affects the quality of the racetrack as well. Being able to get the traction compound, the polymers in that glue to stay tacky and stuff. And, we don't want the fuel cars to turn, have to tune it back a little bit. We want to get a bunch of people in that 340 club. We want to break a bunch of records at Edgewater, and looking forward to it. Now
with the shift to next week, that brings with us a change in scheduling. As we are losing some of the exciting dynamics, but I know you're working diligently to make sure that we have just as much action on the track.
Yeah, I've been on the phone with a lot of the Pro Mod guys and trying to build a field with it, but with having the previously scheduled NMCA race, a lot of guys run that division for next weekend, and then there's a race down in Montgomery, Alabama that I know Bubba Stanton's going to end up going to that, and Troy Shoemate's probably going to go back there, and Hank Stubbs, who's been one of our biggest our biggest supporters since day one, would like to come up, but I don't blame him, to go there when the pay is the same. So we're not going to do that, but what I've done is I've changed our quarter mile outlaw, our pro tree, to 8th mile. I know spectators, and I know me, I grew up on quarter mile racing, but we've had that out there for months. I've been pushing. I had 3 guys confirm that they're going to run quarter mile. Everybody's like, well, if it was 8th mile, we'd show all these great names, all these great people, because their cars are set up to run 8th mile. Until we can get the racers to switch back over to running quarter mile, us as spectators, we can bag all we want for quarter mile fast, fast quarter mile racing, but until we can get racers to move that over, and it costs a lot more for them to run quarter mile than 8th. It's just something there's not going to be a show for us, no matter how much we want quarter mile or not. So we're going to switch that to 8th mile, and I think we'll be able to get some of our local Pro Mod guys to get into that. I've talked to a lot of the NPK guys, hopefully trying to see if they can get their cars done, come see us, and things that they might bring some of their small tire cars and things like that. So we're working on getting some really cool, interesting stuff. We're going to have, you never know who's going to show up for that outlaw class. We can have, top alcohol directors. We could have top alcohol funny cars. Pro mods, you don't know what we're going to get for that, but I think it's going to be a big show, and definitely a cool assortment of vehicles.
And again, we were talking about the Nitro Chaos, everything else that's going along with that. Postponed for this week. That's going to be coming at you next week. That is Friday and Saturday, May 5th and 6th. We also have here in the comments from Barry Ritchie. He says, hey, guys, don't forget to tell everybody about May 7th for the Asphalt Bandits Junior Stock.
Definitely. Yep. They'll be in junior stock racing. That's another thing that's fan driven. A lot of people want to see that old school quarter mile racing, 8th mile racing. I'm not sure what those guys are going to run, but they want that stock type vehicle type of racing, rather than it's the way the racing used to be. Everybody ran their different classes and stock classes and things like that. So,
just another reason to get out for a whole
been inspirational on that, and we're going to hope to have a really good show. We had them along with the Straight Axle Mafia last year, and we're just building that class up and going to have that happening.
Very, very nice. So again, just another reason to stay all weekend, even though we are shifting the big event next Friday and Saturday. We got a super stacked Sunday still coming at you next week. Rob, also, so we're talking about the schedule change. We're moving everything. We're not completely closing the gates this week. We do have our fingers crossed for a break, and it looks like Saturday might give us a nice day for racing.
Yeah, one last thing on next Sunday. That's still a work in progress because we're going to automatically just move it seemed like a great date to move the Muscle Car Sunday along with the Dragonfly Foundation benefit, which is always a blast. A lot of people show up for it, to the 7th, but it's also the ALS benefit in Lawrenceburg, and they get 350, 400 show cars there, and people are already committed to that. So that's a bad thing to do. So I haven't announced it yet, so I'll do it right here. We are going to have the Dragonfly Foundation benefit Muscle Car Sunday on Father's Day.
Oh, hey, perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
Our Father's Day Muscle Car Sunday is always huge, so we're going to move that to that. And I've been on the phone. I haven't. Barry just said I haven't had the opportunity to tell Barry that I think we're going to have to postpone that till Father's Day, which I believe is June 18th. It'll be the day after the weekend of the Night of Fire. So that'll be a good show as well to add those guys to it. And Straight Axle Mafia is going to be there too. So.
And Rob, as we talk each and every week, the special event schedule this year is unbelievable.
It's some good stuff. We're getting very ambitious, and I want to this show people what this racetrack can do, and give everybody a great spectator experience and a racer experience, and put Edgewater back on the map.
A question here from Fred Fisher: what about pre-sold tickets if we cannot come next week?
Yeah, we've been working those things out with the FOAT, and getting things squared away. We'll have more posts on that when we get it together. I just haven't got that far, guys.
Very nice. Well, just address to it. Just hold tight on that. They'll address the issue and make sure that everyone's taken care of. Correct?
Right.
Very, very nice. Now we're on back rule again, real quick here. We're not completely cleaning the slate of this weekend.
No,
contrary to popular belief, you're not in the business of just closing the gates and putting a lock on them.
I want to open every time I can possibly open where it's going to have a safe racetrack and people are going to show up. We're going to open up. So since we all know we can't trust the weather men and women in this locale for like 20 minutes before something actually happens. We are going to have tune and test on Friday night. Our typical gates open at 5 o'clock. Time runs get going around 5:30, and we should finish somewhere 10:30 on Friday. And then Saturday we are having our non-points bracket race. The following week, the makeup week, we're going to have our points race. It's our scheduled number 3 points race, and we were going to have just shootouts for the ET series guys and have 16 in each class, but because it is a scheduled points race, everybody who joins points before next Friday, you can do it at Portion Up the Track, or you can do it online at edgewaterrace.com, will be in Nitro Chaos. So we'll be running a regular bracket race, but strictly for our points registered racers. Again, you can get it at edgewaterrace.com or do it in person, sign up for points. So, and it's going to be in all the classes too. We're going to have bikes as well that join up as well. And so Super Pro, Sportsman, Juniors, and bikes. So sign up for points. You get to race for free at Chaos. Car and driver are free. You're going to have up to 2 crew members that are in for $15 a day. For the weekend, so come and have a great time and enjoy Chaos, enjoy racing for some free money.
Now, with the move with the Nitro Chaos and all the attractions that go along with it, there will gate times and all that with the schedule relatively stay the same.
As for Chaos or this weekend,
for the Chaos, and then we'll talk about
for Chaos. I put out the new itinerary of the schedule, and it's very, very close to what we were doing. we're moving some things around. There's still a little bit of a work in progress because a couple things were just started yesterday. And please be flexible on that. We're doing our best with what we've got to work with. So that's where we're at there.
Very nice. So, again, we look forward to that Nitro Chaos. As you said, Rob, this is going to be one of the biggest events that we ever had. You got so many people that are helping hands here. We're going to have different gates to get in. Just the accommodations to make the experience overall so much more incredible for everyone. We're going to have a couple food vendors there on the grounds. I know 2 big ones. And if you love pizza pie, Big Dog's Pizza, they're going to be bringing it. Also, you can pick yourself up one of the absolute Cincy's premier choice for authentic cheesesteaks from East Coast Eats. They're going to be there. I know we got some dessert trucks as well. And I want to make sure
strawberries. We got Kona Ice is going to be in. We just purchased a food trailer that we're going to pick up hopefully tomorrow. So we're going to have that on the pit side. We're going to have a merch tent and 2 beer trailers set up there right to the left of the big stands in that area right there. We're also going to have a dedicated beer line plus this food trailer caddy corner to our concession there. In case people
just to relieve the stress there for a quick grab and go and you're
exactly.
And I do want, I really wanted to point out here, it's beautiful. You talk about the upgrades there happening this year at Edgewater. The best view on the grounds, you find it at the First Round Lounge. That is Tower Side, the building right there, fairly close to the 8th mile mark. Televisions, comfortable seating, just truly a great ambiance. The vibe there is incredible. I took the mic from the tower last week during the tuna test, went down there just to check it out. I was lucky enough to catch a dragster hitting by that bad boy.
Yeah.
Wow. You talk about a feeling. I mean, it's like a major ride and attraction at Kings Island, sitting right there on the viewing deck.
Best seat in the house there. We're working frantically to try to have the kitchen ready to go. You've got all the stuff you've got to do to have, the food license, have that done. We're building rear egress out the back. You got to have front and rear egress to get more than 49 people in there. So we're up against the clock trying to get that done for Chaos and have that all ready to go. So
there we go. A little bit of a blessing in disguise again. If you want to give you that extra time.
The VIP towers, the three on the second floor there, those will be ready to go.
Wow.
So.
Hey, you talk about another great view. You're right there at the tower. You get the perfect angle to see him getting off that start line. Just the excitement of the burnouts, coming through that water box and all that for the VIP boost there. Big upgrades, big event. We're looking forward to that. Starting that's going to be the extended weekend. We're going to have the tune and test next Thursday.
Yeah, we'll have
Nitro Chaos
Thursday. Kevin McCoy has a conflict, so I'm making some phone calls and see who we can get to play music. We're hoping to have the First Round Lounge done enough to have it up there. Otherwise, we'll have it underneath that overhang, that shelter area there at our main concession. Trying to get that all together so we can have our Thursday night pre-party. Thursday night is slick tire testing only. So if you got slick tires, you can test. If you don't, you can't test. It's simple. We're going to have a top fuel prep track for that evening. So the track's going to be really good, just like it will be Friday and Saturday. I'm sure some of the people with the first race of the season, all these guys are wrenching on their fuel cars, getting them ready. They'll want to do a couple shakedowns or 2 or maybe. And on Thursday night to get prepared for qualifying rounds 1 and 2 on Friday.
That is awesome. Again, looking forward to that. Rob, before we do get out of here for this week's race report, tremendous update here with the breaking news happening. One more time, fingers crossed, we're about to get some racing again Saturday, but run down this weekend for us again.
Okay. Hopefully I don't forget anything here. We've got Friday night tune and test. Gates open at 5. Track goes hot around 5:30. We normally race 10:30 at night. How that goes, if we're really, really busy, everybody knows we will run a little bit longer. If we have a multitude of oil downs, which sometimes can happen on Friday nights because you've got people that are a little bit less experienced with their cars that like to leave long pain in the butt puddles. down the racetrack. And then Saturday, we've got our non-points bracket race. Our normal payouts, $2,000 for Super Pro. We have gates open at 11. Junior time runs start at noon. Big cars around 1, and then we'll roll into our program. Now, this will be the last week that we're going to be doing that early. We do that because it gets colder at nighttime, and we want to make sure our main priority is getting that race in. Now, we are known more as a nighttime track, so as soon as we start back racing after Chaos weekend stuff, start our regular racing after that, we will go back to our a little bit later schedule, probably go 1 o'clock gates open, 2 o'clock junior runs. So keep that in mind. We'll make big posts on that. We're working on, we'll post on the talent we get for next Thursday. Slick Tire Tune and Test gates will open at 3 o'clock for that. We'll get rolling around 5:30 for time runs there. Chaos is going to be incredible. Going to be a lot of great cars. There's still, I believe, 23 that say they will be able to make it, and they're hoping there's a couple people that were on the fence of being able to come because they weren't going to get their cars done will make it as well. So we're going to have an incredible field of fuel cars for Nitro Chaos, something you guys never seen. It's so hard to describe, but the people who have been right there at that guardrail for a fuel car, there's nothing in this world that compares to that experience. Just the compression of the cylinders pounding off your chest, the ground shaking under your feet, your eyes are burning, you're struggling breathing because the nitromethane is burning your eyes. It's so loud you can't hear yourself thinking all you want to do is this primal scream because it's the best experience you've ever seen in your life. So if you can afford the VIP tickets, we've got a few of them on the pit side that are 40 and a few of them on the tower side that will include the VIP towers. Get those. It's a once in a lifetime experience. If you've not been up close personal with a fuel car, there's absolutely nothing like it. You know, I had a coach, it's a funny story. I had a coach in college that said, there'll be some day you guys will remember me when a steak is better than you know what. And my comment was, being on the starting line with the top fuel car is better than anything in this world. And, you know, as the older I get, I'm starting to think that's true. So come see us for Chaos. There is nothing like it.
There we go. I think it's a tremendous close, Rob. Again, with all the changes, just a reminder out there to everybody to keep up with, the up to the minute happenings, developments at Edgewater, Facebook.com/Edgewater Race. Rob, I know you're a busy man. Phone's probably going to continue ringing. Hopefully we're able to alleviate some of that. We had a tremendous audience tuning in for the past half hour or so with us here to cover all this great information. But hey, we're looking to get back to just doing what we do, and that's on the track.
Yeah, I mean, check out that weather. It changes every 5 minutes, and hope things work out. We can have tune and test Friday and have our bracket race on Saturday, and then next week it's 70 and sunny for Chaos, and it's gonna be great. So
again, help us spread the word. Like, share, give us some good comments. Let's help spread the good word, especially for next week. Again, that's Facebook.com/Edgewater Race. Ladies and gentlemen out there, he is Rob Winley. I am Rick Vickery. Thank you for joining us on this edition of the Edgewater Race Report, and we will see you at the track. Getting closer and closer each and every week on it.